Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. Today, I'm going to share some information with you that may just save your life if you are living on Social Security and barely making it, not able to buy meds, pay for heating in the winter and cooling in the summer. Do you think I'm being extreme when I say that this information may just save your life? Well, come on, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. Before I go any further in this video, I need to make a very important disclaimer. I am not an attorney, I am not a financial advisor, and the information contained in this video is not financial advice, nor is it legal advice. Also, I want to make it clear, I am not suggesting or encouraging anyone to be irresponsible about debts, nor am I encouraging anyone to go out and make debts so that they can avoid them later. What I am doing is providing some information that I think to individuals in very dire circumstances may help and could even save their lives. Increasingly, I'm meeting more and more seniors who are burdened down by credit card debt. That used to not be the case. I remember my parents' generation. They were very careful about not incurring credit card debt. But these days, so often, seniors have to use credit card debt to take care of emergencies. Also, I'm encountering more and more seniors who are using credit cards to pay for basic life necessities, such as groceries, medication, and other things that are needed, such as heating in the winter or air conditioning in the summer if they're in a sticks and bricks. The irony is that these credit cards that were once a source of relief are now a huge burden themselves. Seniors are burdened down each month trying to make payments, trying to be honorable and pay their debts on these credit cards. And now again, they find themselves, because of the credit card debt, now not able to provide basic necessities for themselves, including shelter, food, medications. It's a crazy, vicious cycle that some seniors are in and they just can't get out of. Sometimes, in fact, efforts that seniors make to try and minimize their overhead can turn into tragedy. I personally know of a situation. I knew a senior. I was connected to this person through marriage. They were living on a fixed income on the East Coast, and in order to save money on their utility bill, during the summer, or during one summer, they didn't use their air conditioning. And that particular summer, there was a heat wave. And as a result of not having their air conditioning on, it got deadly hot in their apartment, and they suffered a heat stroke and passed away as a result. So debts and the effort to pay some of these debts can have disastrous results for seniors trying to be honorable and save money. This is why I said in the beginning that the information that I'm going to provide you may just save your life. You're asking, well, how could that be? Well, let me tell you. Recently, on one of the videos that I aired, one of my viewers made a statement, something to the effect, do you know that Social Security payments or Social Security checks cannot be garnished to pay credit card debt? And I thought, why would he say such a thing, and what does that mean? So, you know what? I decided to look it up. And this is what I found out. I'm going to refer to my notes here so that I get it accurate. In looking online under several different sites, including the Consumer Credit Protection Act, debt.org, and Social Security Administration website, I found that in some instances, income from certain sources are protected from being garnished. And some of those garnishments that they're protected from include credit card debt, commercial debt, medical bills, some of the things that seniors have a very difficult time paying for and have had to put through no choice on credit cards and are now suffering as a result. Now, there are certain situations in which Social Security can be garnished, and that is for, let me look in my notes here. Oh, federal debts like federal income tax, Uncle Sam's going to get his money. Student federal loans, unpaid student federal loans, also child support and alimony, and court-ordered restitution. In many instances, those your Social Security or federal income checks can be garnished for those. But these, in general, these are the types of payments that credit cards, other consumer debts, and things that I've named earlier, that these cannot be, creditors cannot go over income from these sources. That would be Social Security payments, SSI, which is supplemental security, SSDI, which is Social Security disability if you're disabled and qualified for these payments, veterans benefits, military pay, federal and employee retirement, including federal railroad retirement system, and civil service. To receive this protection, however, all of the sites that I looked at said the same thing. The checks have to be directly deposited. If you're receiving Social Security payments, you can't receive it in a check to your address and then go deposit it. That would not be protected. It has to be monies from these sources that are directly deposited. I'm guessing, this is strictly a guess, I'm guessing that this is because they have to prove or verify that the income actually came from those sources. Now again, I'm going to repeat, any information that I provide to you, do not act on it without checking with a attorney or a certified financial planner. This is just information I'm giving you. I'm not making suggestions. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you this information in case it's something you could use. It is my understanding that non-protected funds, in other words, funds from other sources than Social Security and some of the other things that I've named, they can be garnished. But in certain instances, again, check this out, but it's my understanding that if you collect Social Security, that there has to be at least twice the amount of your Social Security check left in your account. In other words, let's say you receive Social Security in the amount of $1,000 a month. There has to be $2,000 in your account before it can be garnished. If you only have $800, my understanding is it cannot be garnished. But again, double check this, because again, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a financial advisor. Now, let me just say this. How you handle this information and what you do with this information is up to you. But were I in a situation, let's just say as a parent, I was in a situation that I was receiving Social Security and I had also had credit card debt. Now, I want to be an honorable person and I want to pay my bills and my debts that I've incurred. But let's say I had a choice. I had to decide, a very hard choice, decide between putting a roof over my children's head, providing food for them, and maybe necessary medications, versus paying the credit card debt. I think that would be a no-brainer. And I believe I'm as important, and if I needed medication that might be life-saving, and I had to choose between that and paying the credit card debt, I think I would make the hard choice to forego one and pay for the medication. But that's something each of you have to decide individually. One thing I think I would possibly consider doing is contacting my credit card companies and explaining, not that maybe they would necessarily care, but I would explain the situation I'm in. I'm having to choose between having a roof over my head and paying this debt, or having food, or having medications. And it's my understanding that since I'm on Social Security, that these funds that come from my Social Security, and that's my only source of income, cannot be garnished. So here's what I'm proposing. I'm asking you if you would consider perhaps cutting this debt in half, and we come to an agreement as to what I can pay per month, and I will pay that, and I will honor that agreement until the negotiated amount is paid off. That's something I think I would do, but you know what? Again, everyone has to decide for themselves. Having shared all this information, let me say this. Even though your Social Security income and some other incomes may not be garnished under certain conditions that you will have to check out with an attorney or a financial advisor, there are other ways that creditors can come after you. And if you own a home, they can put a lien on your house. They can put a lien on other properties. I mean, there are other ways that they can collect, if you have other assets. So, again, this is just some information that one of my viewers shared. I looked it up, and I'm coming to you, sharing it with you. Now, I did hear about a nonprofit law firm. I don't know much about them. I'm wondering if any of you have heard about them. It's called Helps Nonprofit. That's HELPS, nonprofit law firm. It's a 501c3, and supposedly they help seniors who are struggling financially with, different things. And on their website, they say they don't turn away anyone because they have the inability to pay, and even some of their clients, they don't charge at all. I don't know. I'm just wondering, has anyone used this law firm? And if you have, could you put it in the comments? And if any of you are out there struggling financially because of credit card debt and having to make some of these really difficult choices, could you put it in the comment and let me know and maybe share your story? Meanwhile, if you like this content and you want more of it, could you hit that like button? And if you're not a Globie, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified for other great content coming up and other videos that may be of interest to you. Meanwhile, I love each and every one of you. May your journeys be filled with joy and blessings, and I will see you next time.